There are certainly some elements of Alaska: The Last Frontier that are faked and some that are genuine, but usually with shows such as this it's a matter of opinion, until the truth has been revealed, and the reality of it is laid bare. Too many reality shows suffer from a lack of realism, which is ironic really, because the majority of them are trying to show what real life is like in one location or another. The problem, however, lies in the presence of the cameras, and the production crew in the lives of those that are being put on display. So let's watch this video, to know Alaska: The Last Frontier, fake or real. Number 4, after leaving home, Jewel was homeless. When Jewel left home at the age of 15, she went from living on a homestead, with a large family, to being homeless. Initially thinking she would only be in that situation for a couple of months, she struck out and ended up living in her car for a year. She worked odd jobs when she could get them, but found it difficult to get hired without an address to put onto her job applications. Instead of letting her existence get her down, she applied her troubles into her music, which helped her climb out of homelessness. She has spoken about her upbringing helping her, since the pioneer lifestyle she grew up in helped her to survive on her own. As an adult and a successful singer, she has devoted her time and money to helping out young women who also suffer some of the indignities of homelessness. Number 3, the Kilcher's net worth is insane. They get paid for the episodes, but not all that much. Of course, given how much their property is worth, and how much they make, they don't really need all that much. Their net worth has been seen to be as much as $4 million, and they've been seen as a very well-to-do family that make more than enough for all of them to live on and have a comfortable life. The idea of them being isolated and having to scrimp and save everything they can to get through each and every winter is the show's idea for the most part, as the Kilchers just go on living their lives the way they've been doing for generations. If anything, it's kind of a sad commentary for the show, not for the family, that things have to be played up this much to gain the kind of ratings that they want. The family isn't to blame for the misinformation really, as they're just playing a part and getting paid. They were likely just as happy to go on living their regular lives without this kind of interference, but someone decided it would be a good idea to show them to the wider world. Number 2, the drama is manufactured. Despite what you may think, there is very little reality to these things, and that's not to fault the people on screen so much as it is the people behind the cameras. Alaska: The Last Frontier is filmed for 10 months out of the year, which results in a lot of film. It then needs to be edited into episodes requiring hundreds of hours of work. In order to make something seem direr than it truly is, music is added and shots are cut in a way to frame scenes the way the editors and producers want them. They make it look that way by cutting out hours of conversations and planning that goes into a hunt, making it seem like these people are on the verge of death. Number 1, the Kilchers don't live entirely off the land. A lot of times on the show, people were made to believe that if the Kilchers didn't hunt or provide for themselves in some way, that they would starve. This is kind of ridiculous, since their home is just a short drive from the town of Homer, where there's plenty of variety when it comes to purchasing goods and groceries. They won't starve and they won't do without, no matter how isolated the show wants to make them look. They're not too far removed from any other consumer, no matter how they're depicted on the show, and to be honest, it seems a little insulting to say that they're even close to being on their own, as the feel of the show seems to want people to believe. This is one of the breakdowns that tends to lose viewers, since making a family look like they're desperately surviving in the frontier when they choose to live off the land instead of always going into the store is just ludicrous.